My dad goes, AIDS never going to work. But even then, it's like, you ruined my first name. That's when you know you're bad.
Yeah, you know who else did that is Britney. Britney Spears kind of destroyed Britney for women, and then there was one Karen.
Yeah, who was the original Karen?
Poor Karens. I mean, if your name is Karen, you're just like, your life has been ruined by that name. And in skiing, they have a term Jerry, and it's like Jerry of the day. Jerry is like a goofy, kooky skier.
Didn't know that.
And if your name is Jerry, you can't even go skiing anymore.
I didn't know that was an inside thing.
Yeah.
And I ski. Wow. So you went to Pitt.
Yeah.
And so let's see. When I was a senior in high school, Marino is just graduating. So who was your QB there?
It's funny. I have a picture of me with Dan Marino when I was 7 years old at Pitt football camp.
Did he have the perm with the jerry curl?
Massive. And he was probably the oldest kid at camp, and I was the youngest.
Wow.
And I went really young. My dad thought I was going to be a football player, and he was wrong. And I remember we lived near Jimmy Johnson, and Jimmy Johnson used to come over to my house and pick me up.
What?
He would pick me up, and I remember I wouldn't get out of bed. He'd come up and do like the, get out of bed, come on.
Wow. Go, how about them Panthers?
Because his two kids were going to the camp at the time, and he lived in the neighborhood. My dad was friends with him. My dad said he used to party hard. He said they would have parties at his house, and he would open up all the windows and the doors and play, I think it was the Oklahoma marching band music.
Boomer Sooner, Boomer Sooner.
And march around the house as like loud as he could.
Wow.
And he told me something else funny about him. He said, or maybe he didn't tell me, I think Johnny Majors, who I got to know really well.
Wow, look at all these coaches you're hanging out with.
Johnny told me that my brother is actually named after Johnny Majors.
Wow.
And he was my dad's best friend. And he told me once that, he goes, a little fact about Jimmy Johnson. He goes, you know what he puts in his hair? Stickum.
Oh, shut up.
Sprays his hair with
Fred Bolitnikov,
Stickum.
We had that in Oakland. Lester Hayes had it so much.
Oh, I remember. All the gooey all over his
Yeah, and then they had to ban it because it would get on the football.
Yeah, it was crazy.
It was gnarly.
It was annoying at that point.
So, your hero, Dorsett, like, who was your favorite?
Dorsett, who I ran track at the University of Pittsburgh.
Oh, really?
Anthony Dorsett ran there for a little bit.
Yeah, he played for the Raiders, too.
Yeah, he was a freak. He was a freak of a human being. I mean, he could bench press like 450 pounds and run like...
And he was smart not to call himself Junior. He just called me Anthony.
Yeah. I named my son after me. I didn't want to. My dad gave me a hard time. I'm named after my dad.
Well, I was looking. You're the third.
Yeah,
right?
so my son's the fourth, but we gave him his own name. Like we just call him by a totally separate name.
Sure.
Just because it's
Hitler.
Well, being the third, like I am the same name as my dad, and I hated it as a kid, but I've gotten it back so many times because one time I got arrested for peeing in public, and they wrote me up for urination and/or masturbation in a public place. And then I didn't pay the ticket, and I know, I was like, why the
it's two different things.
I go, yeah, it's like going, you're under arrest for jaywalking and/or murder. You know, like those two things do not go together.
Wow, something to do with the wang.
You're never in a urinal and look beside you, and some guy's like, oh, like it's just. They don't. It's not like. So anyway, they sent a warrant for my arrest because I didn't pay the ticket because I didn't want to go back to New Jersey, and they had sent it to my last place of residence, which was my parents' house. And I get a call from my mom because I don't live there. I live in New York at the time, and my mom is like, "We have the same name," and so she's like, "Do you know anything about this?" And I'm like, "He is a sick man." He's probably next to a school.
Well, it's my older brother, actually. He had a wild side when he was young, and I think I was 12, and he was 16, and he and his friends would, like, smoke dope and ride their motorcycles all over the place.
Sounds like a good time.
Yeah, like 1979, whatever, and I remember the cops came to the house, and they're like, are you the father of blah, blah, blah? And my dad's like, yeah, and he goes, yeah, he and another guy on a motorcycle went through a daycare, and they peed in front of him. And I'm like, oh, that's something that's to be proud of. And so, you know what's funny? I never brought that up again because that's like too low a blow. Do you remember when you were so high you peed in front of little kids and then got back on your motorcycle and drove away? Yeah, never told that story on the air for obvious reasons.
You need to bring that up with him.
I know. Well, my dad actually went, yeah, that sounds like him.
There are some weird stories in our family that you bring them up and they're so weird that everybody just denies them. And I'm like, no, it happened. And they're like, it did not, Eddie. And I'm like, no, I was there. I saw it. And they're like, no, Eddie. Like, almost like, you are going to forget about that. You are going to put that down somewhere where no one is ever going to bring that up again. Mm-hmm. But one time when I was running track, I went to see, my dad had a good friend who was a doctor, cardiothoracic surgeon at Allegheny General, where they filmed that show, The Pit.
You know, I interviewed every damn person except Noah Weil from that show.
That's hilarious. Yeah. And it's so funny because I used to go. My dad's best friend was like his other. There were all these pit guys. He was a cardiothoracic surgeon. I was going to the University of Pittsburgh, having gut issues. I called the doctor, Dr. Liebler, great guy. Call him on the phone. I go, hey, I'm set. He goes, I got a guy for you. Come down here. Blah blah blah. Boom. So I show up at the hospital. I go, I'm supposed to see Dr. They're like, go to the 7th floor. He said, go to the 7th floor. Just ask for the guy. So I go. It's a surgical floor. Mm-hmm. There's no, like, desk and waiting room. It's and people look at me like, what are you doing here? And I go, I'm looking for doctor. It was some Indian doctor. He goes, okay. They go in room 3 right there. Take your clothes off, put the gown on, and he'll be in. So he comes in, and he talks to me. He goes, what's going on? I said, I'm having these stomach issues. He presses on my stomach a bunch of times, checks my, blood pressure or whatever, and then he starts putting a glove on. And I go, what are you doing? And I see him pouring like lube on, and I go, what are you doing? And he goes, he looks at me, he goes, don't worry, I won't tell your friends. And I guess that's his stock line. But he sticks it up there, and then he goes, okay, you're all good. And I go, yeah, but I'm having really bad stuff. He goes, what? I go, when I run, he goes, don't run. I go, that's what I do. Wow. I'm on the track team. And he goes, yeah, you don't run. So I leave there. About 15 years later, my whole family's on a vacation, and we're having dinner together. Mm-hmm. And I tell the story. Or no, I don't tell the story. My younger brother, starts telling a story about how he had stomach issues. He calls Dr. Liebler. He ends up going down to Allegheny General. This Indian doctor takes him in a room, puts a glove on. I mean, he's telling the identical story. And I look at him and I go, Johnny, we've been raped. It's like, I think that guy, I don't think he was a doctor.
From an orderly.
Yeah. I go, I think he was just a janitor that was like... I think Dr. Liebler played a prank on us.
Oh, my gosh. I wish we had more time. We have about a minute left. So people coming down to the Punchline, tonight 2 shows, tomorrow 2 shows. What are they in store for, Eddie?
Oh, I don't know. A lot of Congo lining after the show.
I love it because when I ask people, say, the greatest night of your lives, you're like, I don't know.
Yeah, it could go one of 2 ways. It really could.
Did you bring your feature, or is it
No,
supplied?
I usually do, and I was supposed to bring Joe Prano. I didn't bring him. He does a sports radio show called Dirty Sports. He's a funny guy.
Mm-hmm. So, where are you off to after this, then?
I'm performing at the GoPro Mountain Games.
Oh, wow.
In Colorado.
Are you going to put it on your head?
I hope they give me one. I've been making some funny promos for them. I'm doing the collab stage, which I'm not doing. Well, my thing's called Stand Up and Send It. They say stand-up comedy is the most dangerous thing in the world. So what I do is more dangerous than what these like pro mountain bikers and kayakers and slackline and rock climbers do. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to teach them stand-up comedy.
Oh, that is awesome. Eddie Ifft, IFFT, at the Punchline. 2 tonight, 2 tomorrow. Thanks for coming in, man.
Thanks for having me. It was fun.
All right, good stuff. I'm Rick Tittle. Come on back.
special alert for consumers struggling to pay taxes.